Howdy all, just a little stroll out in the winter evening. Totally it's calm, 1.5 foot or so of snow in a couple of weeks time, and that's good, but it's also been very windy, and then you get frozen and dehydrated, or hypothermia sets in very quickly. As I remembered, Bernd Balken, the great pioneer flyer and polar expedition star of that, when he led the American Air Forces on Iceland and Greenland, he suggested not to have all your winter clothing on you at once, because the hot air would not keep there and you would get cold. So with movement, a layer of wool and the windproof smock and trousers and the solid boots, gloves, winter cap and hood. If it was even colder, then you put on a middle layer, even a thicker wool sweater, which is nicknamed the coma sweater, and other pants on inside the field trousers. And the ones that already knew things like that very easy, the Russians. They had excellent winter gear then, and they have now, except if logistics get a little bit murky and they lose out in the chain of command. But one can also look to newer incidents where that didn't help out, like the Falklands. The British suffered very much frostbite casualties there due to the old shoes and similar. But the most famous during the Gulf War, when the British had some of the SAS patrols had to drop the Bergens and make a run for it. And some of them had too much clothing on, that they got sweaty and in the cold very much easy and quicker, since they didn't have nothing to change with. And a couple of guys dropped dead due to that. But it was also the first time that the guys were buying their own Gore-Tex. Remember, Gore-Tex came in the mid to late 80s, and by then it was cost-worthy enough so guys could buy it, and they bought their own smocks or jackets, windproof coveralls, and especially the boots. The rest you can make do with, but the boots, oh, that can be very often a critical item that it is difficult to do something without. So, also in service in Northern Ireland and other cold spots, the desert around an Arctic service, but the ones where they learned the most to get a good winter uniform, which the Brits copied very much, was by the Americans up in Alaska and over here in Norway. They copied very much of the field uniform. So it was actually what is what? What's British, what's American, or what's Norwegian? It was a fluent mix of everything. It worked then, and it will work for a long time to come.